It's been over half a year. The Switch 2 is a powerhouse. I love it. But I'm not getting rid of this. Everyone is flooding eBay with their old Switch 1s, thinking they're obsolete. That is a massive mistake. I've been living with both consoles side by side for 8 months, and I found 10 specific reasons why this obsolete tablet is still earning its keep. Reason 1, the OLED screen. Look at this panel. Even a year later, the original OLED holds up. On games locked at 720p, the pixel density on the smaller screen actually makes 2D sprites look sharper than the massive Switch 2 display. The 7-inch OLED gives you deeper blacks and better contrast than the Switch 2's LCD, perfect for late-night gaming. Yes, Switch 2 has HDR and high resolution, but 99% of Switch 1 games haven't been updated for that. You could argue they actually look better right here on the original OLED. Reason 2, the wrist test. The original Switch is smaller and lighter than the bulkier Switch 2. Easier to toss in a bag, easier on your wrists. If you play in bed, and I know you do, the Switch 1 doesn't numb your hands after 20 minutes. It's still the king of comfort. And if the form factor feels too small, slap on a Nitro deck. It's what I use, makes it feel closer to a Steam Deck. Or if you despise the Nitro deck, there are a ton of other grips out there. Customize it. It'll feel like new again. Reason 3, battery reality. We know the reality of the Switch 2 battery. When you're pushing 4K textures, it drains fast. Your V2 or OLED Switch is still the marathon runner. I grabbed this one for long flights because I know it won't die halfway through an RPG grind. Reason 4, the snap. I have a drawer full of Joy-Cons. You do too. Sure, you can connect them to the Switch 2, but they were made for this rail. They fit flush. They feel right. The Switch 1 is the native home for that controller collection you've been building for 8 years. Reason 5, local multiplayer. Since I kept my Switch 1, I haven't played split-screen Mario Kart in a year. Why slice your beautiful screen in half? Hand the Switch 1 to your friend. You play on Switch 2. Instant LAN party. It's the ultimate luxury setup. Reason 6, the danger console. The Switch 2 is expensive. I get nervous taking it to the beach or letting my nephew touch it. The Switch 1, it's a tank. It's earned its battle scars. It's the beater console I can toss in a backpack without a panic attack. Plus, if your Switch 2 ever needs repairs or glitches out, you aren't locked out of your library. You've got a backup ready to go. Reason 7, a dedicated media machine. I've stopped using my Switch 2 for YouTube. Why burn charge cycles on the new hardware just to watch video essays? Retire the Switch 1 into a dedicated media tablet. It lives on the nightstand now. Or maybe a dedicated arcade setup using 8-bit DOS sticks. Huh? Reason 8, sleep mode. I keep my big new shiny games on the Switch 2, but my pick up and play roguelikes, they stay here. Sleep mode on the original hardware is still instant magic. Why quit out of Metroid Prime 4 on your big console just to play 10 minutes of Absalom? Just swap consoles, pick up where you left off, then jump right back into the big game, or run both at the same time. That convenience alone is worth keeping it. Reason 9, native hardware accuracy. Backwards compatibility on Switch 2 is great, but we've all seen the occasional weird patch or texture glitch. Playing games on the hardware they were built for is the purest experience. Zero emulation layers, just silicon doing what it was born to do. Reason 10, the 3DS effect. And finally, the reason that hits the wallet. Look at the 3DS market. People sold them for pennies when the Switch launched. Now, you need a loan to buy a pristine one. The Switch 1 sold 140 million units, but finding a mint one in 5 years will be hard. Do not sell this for a quick $100. It's a piece of history. In 2030, you will regret it. Heck, a new Switch 1 is already going back up in price with the cost of RAM going up. I have the future in one hand and history in the other. I'm keeping both. Don't make the trade-in mistake. See you in the next video, skullheads!